There is a very powerful system upgrade that is being offered to us. For many of us, this is calling for a purge of deep emotional wounds that are no longer serving us. Some of us are in cycles of being re-wounded over and over again. Some of us are experiencing what I call holographic loops. These are trauma reenactments that may or may not actually be happening, but the way you are perceiving what's happening, the meaning that you assign to what's happening is through a filter that you wear over your eyes. The same thing could be happening to you every day, and you could view it with a different perspective. You can assign a completely different meaning to what's occurring. Many of us have not properly grieved the loss of the old self and all of the relationships, attachments, and even benefits that came with you operating as your false self. There will be many false self masks revealed at this time. And each time you discover a new layer of pain, by processing it, you turn it into your power and purpose. Sometimes we need someone to help us unearth these repressed emotions, because the drive to survive calls for us to push things to the side so that we can get things done and keep going. Unfortunately, this has a downside because it keeps us in a cycle of survival. It keeps us in a coping mechanism of emotional repression, and just like a pipe with pressure that has backed up too long, it will eventually burst. These bursts can show up in many ways. It can show up as road rage. It can show up as getting upset and losing your temper, raising your voice at your kids or your partner. There are many different ways that we can actually suppress this, and you're exploding, but on the outside you're smiling, you look calm, you look peaceful, as if everything is okay. But on the inside, you feel like you are one straw away from breaking the camel's back. We have been conditioned to not accept our emotions, to not see them as valid, and many of us are not skilled in handling intense emotions, and we are more likely to ignore them. If this is the case, this is detrimental for human connection, true human intimacy. We are in a state of decline of relationships due to the inability for us to be open, honest, vulnerable, and trusting. For intimacy to occur, there must be sacred space. There must be an offering of safety. But if we have these emotions churning deep inside of us, our energy will not broadcast safety. Our energy will broadcast, I am unsafe, even if the intention and your words reflect safety. If you are broadcasting an energy that says otherwise, it triggers the other person, which causes a breakdown of trust. There is an energetic entity, many of them, that are distorting our repressed emotions that are causing miscommunications. And a lot of us are tired of trying to communicate what we are truly feeling, only for it to be received in a way we did not intend, because the elementals that are within the ethers of the air are creating chaos, because there are some beings that need this for nourishment to exist for life. As we know, many different dimensions and portals have been opened. These entities that are arriving here are creating more fear to feed on the desperation, the agony, the despair, the disappointment, the loneliness, the grief, the anger, the anxiety, with facing uncertainty, as we have watched the world that we once knew become something completely different in a very small amount of time. I am going to speak in mother tongue language, which is also called light language or gibberish. Some call this Glossolalia. This is speaking in words that may or may not actually be a language known to man. This is the capacity for the right hemisphere of the brain, which is feminine and creative, to translate emotions, broadcast healing energy without using words that have been heavy loaded with multiple meanings that can sometimes stifle our growth. For those that struggle with racing thoughts, for those that have a hard time with getting in their heart, discerning the language of the mind and the ego from the language of the heart, for those who may have difficulty identifying how they really feel and being able to communicate that in its purest form, this is a practice that can help with that and many other benefits that I will discuss more in the upcoming next episode of Cancer Untamed, and all of that information will be in the description. There is nothing you need to do to prepare for this session but to simply release any preconceived notions of what you think may happen or what you expect to feel, and just allow yourself to receive the frequencies. Allow them to be translated into whatever it is that you need. This may bring up an emotional response. That is okay. That is the purpose. And I'm going to use this moment with compassion to assist you to unravel an emotion that you may have compartmentalized that may be interfering with the solar activations we are receiving from the sun right now. Glossolalia no kopakati deskapakasi sukotoko mantilare toko temai pisklari de goroko make tantike sukati koloko eshikabakalare do Nete kalerete no kodakamani berego sashikiroko shachkone akanimeke koleke kushiki shinane le kono dole bakai tis kanakata koroko hese kabati le dono ko bakepe kepi kasoko peska kola tina ko bakaki sike tanti kololo la meta kode Pante kahese ko basika mangi kerele kolo bagati, tale kolo hola vire kolo nani, tati che se kolo, marele che, kol kalashkana, wesh kalakati kolo baka, tanti kalere che kanano kote, tansi che esce kolati, loka bakale lana mama patire neke de kasai, shanti ko bakalati do kola habisi, tindi ko sakababa kila toko, tanti ke sikati ko tako ko baka, kakabakasi ko patikale, tane kola bali, kola bakati ke chakalo damakale le do. I see the lolo calling and I peace culo de que la de que quas clate de comai policale coloco church cananete cate cadorebe tesigamani tola de cari to camane quasi cola to comaki taisi canano kodai no kodai ki Nano kodaki kasuko basi tese kole kola bani kola baba wese pes kole le ukodo kobale de nakate kalete no suko baba kisi ai sai paso ai ne kama mamo ni masikolo sonte kabalele takalere ko Veskalere ke, platikane gatisiko, tetikarate kote, shoskale ke le teno kobai, taniko sokalai de ke de komai de lo. Tese kabasi, tosoma ke la le kalale de la no kole babagi, patikalere kuno ko se kareke, patikalere kole, dele kolo, poskale hebai. Tinneke eko nono de seke shekete, tos klakai te narato, oto bakele, ki kashkale to komankete, etu, tani kalabo kole hekani, de senane de kalalo to koba kisi kishata. Pasegane tanti kalero toko bakisi dali kono komanare beka nere doko tise kalere doko lamai tikalere ko sani kalete konai peskereke veshkalati lati kadokor koroko Quesce kamame bagai, peti kalete ko, tante kese, tole kamati, mansi kotolete, tante kese kororo kota, tenne kale kororo, ese anti sikotale, teso kole kamate kalale te toko. Kapaka de baka takalele to kolo la kapaka la de tele kolo lo te kabani ese kapaka kale lo loko le te kalene mantikale maskilete etu le kere ke tantiki sikai mosoko bai te kalere toko piskane ne toko